Hello and welcome back to the Baggies Podcast YouTube channel, where of course we're giving you all the latest news, views and opinions on all things Albion. We're back again today with another match reaction video for you, reacting to West Bromwich Albion's 5-2 victory over Hull City. Yeah, we'll be diving into the game. Of course, I've just got back, so you'll be seeing a match day vlog tomorrow, which will be Sunday for you guys. So make sure you check that out when that's out on the channel. Make sure you subscribe as well to never miss those uploads. But yeah, we'll be, of course, dissecting today's game, chatting through the big features of it, and also taking a look through Albion's lineup, sort of giving my thoughts on each and every player in the team. So yeah, make sure you stick around for all of that. It's a very exciting day for Albion, first league win of the season, of course, and by some margin, and with some goals in it as well. So yeah, be sure to subscribe, comment your thoughts down below. Let me know, were you there at the Hawthorns this afternoon? Let me know how you found it. But yeah, let's crack on. Let's react to West Bromwich Albion 5, Hull City 2.
You're watching the Baggies Podcast YouTube channel. For match previews, match day vlogs, match reactions and more, make sure to subscribe to the Baggies Podcast YouTube channel.
So let's start off, and yeah, let's get into this match reaction. I mean, what a game it was for starters. Of course, nice to have a 3 o'clock Saturday kick-off at the Hawthorns. You know, we don't get them all that often. I'm not sure we haven't had one this season, so you know, it's been nice to have that for starters. And let's talk about the game. I mean, 5 goals going in for Albion, 2 for Hull. Of course, those 2 coming for Hull quite later on in the game, but you know, it just shows what a difference getting just that 1 goal can make. You know, I've said on the podcast a couple of times recently that, you know, if we just get that 1 goal, it could turn into 3 or 4 extra ones for us. So, you know, I think it's all about that confidence. You know, once the ball's in the back of the net, it just changes the game. You know, I know it's so obvious, but goals do really change the projection of the game. And I mean, you know, Albion struggling with their scoring recently. I suppose if it had got to, you know, after 60 minutes or something like that and they hadn't scored a goal, I think it would probably get a bit tiresome for them. They'd probably start to think, oh, yeah, you know, we're not going to end up scoring the goal. But, you know, I think that, you know, just what a difference, you know, even though it was a scrappy goal, Callum Elder with the own goal sort of came off his backside, to be honest. But, you know, I think it's just makes a huge difference to have that first goal on the score sheet. And, you know, you can see the confidence, you can see the lift it gives the players, you can see the lift it gives the crowd. You know it's not the best goal, you know it's probably shouldn't have gone in, but it still makes a difference, and still makes a difference to the morale of the players and how they use that to go forward. So yeah, let's have a little chat about each and every goal really. So Callum Elder, the first one across into the box, was sort of butted in by him, if you like. It was a scrappy goal, as I said, but it just made the difference. It just made that 1 goal, it just needed that 1 goal to go in, and then of course you know, the rest of them could have started to flow. So I think that's a big plus for me. John Swift scoring the second. A really nice drilled left-footed finish into the bottom corner. Yeah, I mean, he's been quite quiet over the past few weeks, but it was nice to see him get back into some form. I'd love to see Swift get into some of those more advanced areas to help Grant out when those crosses come in. I think he could make a real difference in there. Darnell Furlong scoring the 3rd goal. Of course, he's been a bit on and off recently, but today he was pretty decent. Scored a nice goal as well. But it's a low, you know, sort of combination of shots against the woodwork, blocked, came straight out to Darnell Furlong, who drove it into the bottom corner and the right-hand side of the net. So very nice to see from him. Grant Wallace was brought down for a penalty, and Karlan Grant dispatched it. Yeah, I know he's not the best penalty taker. I know he's missed a few in the past, but it was a nice one to see him get on the score sheet. I actually thought he wasn't too bad today. Playing through the channels, he was a lot better. I mean, you know, when there was a lot of physical challenges from the centre-backs, I think he does struggle, and that's why you need that number 9. But I think moving into the channels, he's quite good. Dara O'Shea, I thought it was an own goal, but it turns out to be Dara O'Shea's goal from what I'm looking at here. Yeah, it's a nice goal once again from a set piece situation, and just happened to come from Matt Phillips across into the box and came off Dara O'Shea, who was being sort of held down by his man. And yeah, great to see 5 goals go in. Of course, the lad up front, Oscar Escabinyan, scored 2 goals today. I mean, yeah, he looks a real handful, to be honest. He looked like a nice piece of business from Hull. I mean, he scored 4 goals in the Championship now. Wouldn't surprise me to see him as the top scorer in the league as well, and he is. But yeah, I thought he looked pretty decent. It was a free transfer as well. To bring him in from Vitoria. We spoke about him on the match preview. He looked really decent. 4 goals in 5 matches so far in the Championship this season. And yeah, I thought he looked really nice. I thought he looked a real handful. I thought it was a bit of a pain where stopping the ball from coming out from goal kicks and sort of quick free kicks and whatnot. He was a bit of a pest with that, and he got into a bit of a scuffle with Button, but he did score twice today. I mean, it's a bit of disappointment that we, number one, didn't get a clean sheet, but number two, that we conceded another one after that. Kind of thing that sent me a jive for that goal where Estepinian scored the second one. I thought that he was maybe holding off his challenge a little bit because he didn't want to give away a penalty and henceforth a red card. I thought there was a little bit of a jive could get there, but he's not going to. I mean, it's a bit smart from him, but 2 goals to concede towards the end of the game is disappointing, but when you've scored 5, does it matter? You've got the win, you've got the goals you need, and yeah, it's just disappointing that, of course, the lapse in concentration, and of course, both those goals came after Okay Kushlu went off. Maybe there's a sign that, him not being the holding midfielder in the team, it does cause a bit of issue, but as I said, 5-2. 5 goals, as I said, only needed that one to go in, I think, really, to make the sort of open the floodgates for the rest of them. Let's talk through the lineup. Let's talk about how each and every player played. David Button in goal, thought he was pretty solid. Don't think he really did a lot wrong. Made a couple of great saves. I think he stopped Estepinian from getting a first goal earlier on in the half. Made a decent save from a wide shot, I think, that was lashed towards the goal as well. So yeah, Button was decent. I think he was a solid 7 or 8 out of 10 today with some of the saves he made. So fair play to Button. I think there's been a few doubts over him, but he was decent. Let's go over to the back four. Furlong, as I said, he's been a very up and down recently, but today proved what he can and can't do. I think it's when a team opens up and tries to play, and we kind of hit on the break and begin to sort of hit with a little bit of pace rather than a bit of technique, which is required when you're playing against a low block. I think Furlong does it much better, and I think we saw that against Watford. We saw it today again. So yeah, great to see, and fantastic to see that Furlong got his goal. And yeah, O'Shea captain today as well, which was really nice to see. I thought that was a bit of a different decision from Bruce, of course, leaving out Jake Livermore today, of course. But bringing in O'Shea, I thought was really nice. I thought he got a goal and an assist as well. He passed the ball to Furlong. I suppose he probably wouldn't count it as much of an assist, but it was it goes down as one nonetheless. A really good performance from him. Complete the most passes in the match as well. Shemi Ajayi was decent as well. I think for that last goal, you feel he could have done better, but maybe there's a bit of a part of him thinking if he puts in a challenge now, maybe he gives away a penalty. So I think Ajayi was good and worked hard and covered the back line really well. Connor Townsend as well won the most duels in the match with 12. I thought he was a lot more improved, combined well with Dean Garner in the wide areas. Into the midfield, Malumbi, I thought, it was decent first half. I think he faded towards the second, and towards the end of the second as well. He played the full 90, but I think he was really good at breaking the lines. He got into dangerous areas, I think, and he started to really stretch Hull City, and I think that's what you need to do when you're playing against a side like that. We're going to be organised when they get back in their shape. I thought he did really well to kind of stifle that, because not many midfielders are going to try and track him 60 yards from midfield to attacking areas. So I think that was a good plus point for Malumbi today. Arkaya Kushlu, that's the first time I've personally seen him play in the flesh since ever, really, I think. But yeah, he was fantastic. I mean, his strength on the ball, the way he's constantly, I think he's just able to outmuscle quite a lot of players, especially in the midfield areas. He was just fantastic. I mean, recycling the ball, bringing the ball forward, carrying it forward. I think he's just the perfect player to play in front of the back four, and I thought he was brilliant again today. Into that sort of 3 behind the striker, Jed Wallace, I thought had a quieter game today, but of course got that penalty for Albion, and had a shot that was blocked, which I thought was heading in. It was a really powerful effort from the edge of the area on the volley, and yeah, it was blocked quite quickly by the Hull defenders. But yeah, he was fantastic. I wouldn't say he was fantastic. Sorry, I think he's been fantastic so far this season, but not quite today. But yeah, I thought he still had that influence, still dangerous, still. I think he did allow Furlong to have a better game as well with drifting inside. John Swift, as I said, much nicer to see him get the goal. After a quiet sort of 3 games, and yeah, I think that's all that really matters for him. He gets those contributions. It was a really lovely drilled finish and helped knock a bit of stuffing out of Hull. Dean Garner, I thought was incredible. I thought he hit the woodwork once as well, hit the post with a nice shot. I think he probably should have scored there, but he was great. I think just weaving in and out of those defenders like the Grady of old. I mean, he caused Coyle at right back a real problem throughout the game, and yeah, he should be buzzing with that performance for me. Grant up front as well, I thought was a much improved performance. I think he still struggles with his back to goal, but when he's playing in those channels, as I said earlier, I think he works a lot better. So yeah, a much improved performance from Albion moving forwards. I think we do think, we're going to have to be a bit tighter at the back. We're going to have to concentrate, especially in winning positions. But it just shows what getting that one goal can do. And I think that with a striker, I think it just unlocks a whole new avenue for Albion. You've got a striker who could put the ball in the net for the first goal, give the rest of the team a bit of confidence. But then moving forward into more games and kind of the rest of that potential game, you've got him in the box for those chances that we clearly can create. We still missed a few today, I thought. But yeah, 5 goals for Albion, 5-2, and I think moving forward, I think we should be all right if we manage to get that first goal in quite early. But yeah, that brings me to the end of this match reaction. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the Baggies Podcast YouTube channel. Drop your thoughts down below on an impressive win for Albion in their first game, getting the win. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.